Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Gamer's Grotto. And tonight we're going to be playing Riven, the sequel to Myst. This is the remake of Riven, which was a game that I really grew up with as a kid back in 1997. I remember getting this game for Christmas that year and being absolutely thrilled with it. And I spent most of Christmas and the Christmas holidays playing this game. Joining me for this foray into the new Riven game is the new Riven remake is Stu's Game Reviews. Welcome to the channel, sir. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, I think.
Not sure.
Well, you know, the Canada fires everywhere, so I'm doing.
How close is that to you?
Nowhere near, but we're getting the smoke after effects. I woke up really early this morning, about 7 in the morning, and as soon as I got up, I took my dog for a walk around the block, and I was hit in the face with the smoke. So
It's not so bad here, but it's pretty bad even in New Jersey. Like there's a lot of ash in the air, and my kids are out working outside, and they weren't feeling well and stuff like that. So it's amazing how this stuff spreads.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I knew something was wrong yesterday when I woke up, and I took a picture of it, but the entire outside looked like the rain around here cleared up the smoke pretty good. That's good. That's good, Jimmy Kirk. And hello, how you doing, by the way? But yeah, no, when I woke up yesterday, and it was like it was like somebody put a yellow filter outside. Like, you know what I mean? There's like
Haze.
a real yellowish haze, and I was like, damn, it feels like I'm in an oil painting right now. But yeah, no, I had to take my dog to the vet yesterday, and that was fun. It was like dusk all day. Era, you don't have the digital license to
That's
view this
funny.
message?
That's funny, actually. No, this message. I think
Such
that's really
a
funny.
smart ass you are, Cool Louie. How you doing, by the way, buddy? I hope you're having a fantastic day as well. We will be doing a stream on.
Jimmy Kirk, how you doing? You missed somebody. You didn't say hi to Jimmy Kirk.
I did say hi to him already.
Oh, you did?
Pay attention. He doesn't even listen, ladies and gentlemen. This man is supposed to be helping me with the puzzles in Riven. He's not even paying attention to what's going on.
I thought I was paying attention.
Nah,
Oh.
you're good, buddy. All right, we'll start a new game and get the show on the road. I'll turn up the volume here a little bit. We're gonna get an intro with this is continuing right where right where Myst left off. Okay, guys. So we're gonna get an intro here with Atris.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid there's no time to explain. Most of what you'll need to know is in here. And for reasons you will discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny, but it's actually a one-person prison. It's the only way to capture Gen. Here. Once you've freed Catherine, I'll come with a linking book. She'll know how to signal me.
What if I don't free Catherine?
There's a very good chance, if all this goes well, that you'll be returned to the place that you came from. Until we meet again, take care, my friend.
Oh, where'd he go?
So there's a few things I want to point out here that I think are amazing for this remake. So let's just take a look at this for a second. So this is the room that we saw in the Mist remake, right? This is the exact same area. This is it's darker, but it's the exact same room. That giant ass room that he was in when we met him in this room at the ending of the game. This is the exact same room. That's really cool for continuity reasons. Now, you guys might not be able to notice when he put his hand into that other linking book and disappeared into that book. Believe it or not, I zoomed in on that book. I actually took a photo of that book in photo mode and zoomed in on it. And the location he touches in that book is literally Mist 3. It's literally the starting location of Mist 3. So yeah, that's where he went.
What happened to that book? Did you pick it up? Like, it fell behind the counter, right?
No, it didn't fall behind the counter. It fell into this lockbox.
Oh, it's locked. I see.
Yeah. It's just so that nobody else can get access to it. It's actually really smart. No.
Like smash it against the wall?
No, so you can't do anything here. This is basically like the original Riven intro, except it's more interactive. But basically, tell him to come back. But basically, we click on the.
Why is it interlaced? That's weird. Is that like a relic from the old game or something, or is it...
In the old game, you never got to see what the island looked like. It was like a mystery, okay. And so that's what it was like. They never showed it. It was never clear.
So before you click it, I just have one real question. Like, is it my imagination, or does this model look way better in this game than it did the other one?
No, everything is way better. Wait until you see what the environments look like in this compared to Mist, and you'll be like, Jesus Christ!
But if they already had the model, wonder why they didn't use it for Mist also? Because they made this first, right?
No, Mist Remake came first. This came out 2 years later.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and this, oh my God, night and day! Compared to Mist Remake that we covered, night and day, man. Like, I mean, honestly, Mist Remake was good. Don't get me wrong. It looked really good, but it looked very cartoony, whereas this one feels photorealistic. It's really well done.
Those characters in the other one looked like a Nintendo 64 game. It was like that outdated. Like, this looks much better. Way better.
Not just that, but did you notice the ray tracing in his his glasses? You could see the oh yeah. If you paid attention to his glasses when he was talking to you just then, you could see the reflection of the book as he's handing it to you in his glasses.
That's cool.
There's so much freaking detail in this game, and that's why I play this more than I play Mist Remake, because this game is just stunning.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm gonna just adjust the volume. Now we're going to have another intro here, so I'm going to mute my mic for this. This guy doesn't really speak in English. He's speaking in Dunny language. But yeah, we're going to have like an intro here where the guy steals the book from you and everything like that. So we're gonna let's watch that, and then we'll talk about the game.
He was told to steal 3 books.
Yo? 타게마 레코와 타게마 수 레코와 Isiram mutika wo kuwa nai mutika wo kuwa nai Stop. 不怪你，不怪你，不怪你。
No, I'm not. I don't like you like that. Oh, wanted the book.
Okay, so that guy that just freed me is one of Catherine's guards. The guard that was just talking to me and took the book from me is one of Gen's guards. Gen is the enemy in Riven. He's basically Atris's father, and he wants to basically run all these ages like a dictatorship. Kind of like a Trump, basically. If I'm being honest, but yeah. So he wants to. He's taken over these kind of different ages, and he's kidnapped Catherine, who was in charge of these ages, and has taken over as the dictator of these ages. And so Atris has tasked us with going in, getting rid of Gen. He wants us to trap Gen in a trap book. It's basically the trap books are the exact same thing that we saw when we played Myst Remake, guys. Remember that? Sirius and Akinar were trapped in those trap books. It's the same thing. We haven't.
Were you talking during the cutscene, or was my audio cut out?
I had the audio. I had the audio turned down because I had the audio of the cutscene take priority.
So you couldn't hear me?
I could hear you. I don't know if they could hear you.
I thought he was going for your dick. That's what it looked like in the beginning. He was like making a lot of noises, and he started reaching through the bars.
I mean, maybe I keep maybe.
I knew you had a book on you. Like all of a sudden, he's like, I was like, hey, Betty, like I don't know you that way.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe
you better buy me dinner first, at least, or something.
Yeah. Maybe I keep my book in my pants, okay? You ever think of that? Maybe my book is my dick. I don't know. You don't know.
Maybe. And then
stop being bookist.
The woman that freed you, why'd she just take off? She didn't like talk to you or anything?
So this is interesting here because this was not in the original Riven, where you see him.
They had that ship, but I guess you couldn't see it going here. So.
No, because everything it was not free roam, right? And so a lot of they made it so that you couldn't really do anything. You just could walk forward. You couldn't look up. You couldn't look down. If you look down here, you see that he was dumped off the side. You are the book. Cool, Louis. It sounds like you're hyped up for this stream tonight. You're very excited. Book is a state of mind. All right. What do you think of the water in this compared to like the previous game? Do you see what I mean? The water effects are so much better. Like everything is just so beautiful compared to what it was. All right, so we'll start out here. So in this room, we got these little bugs that if we lift them up, we'll see a little hologram inside of them. Just kind of can look at them. So that's Gen. Yeah, that's Gen, and I don't know who that is falling into, like, the abyss. But that's definitely Gen, as the supreme leader. Lord of the Ages. I don't know what I'm looking... This is like something out of the Yellow Submarine.
Well, I think it's like he's showing that he has a book, like it's like a link.
He's burning. He's burning books.
They're all praying to him because he's like a god or something.
Yeah, but you see the fire at the bottom. He's burning books.
He's burning them too.
Yeah.
So Gen is Atris's father.
Yes.
But the backstory is not totally clear to me. Like, I guess his whole family are just assholes, basically. His kids are, his father is, like, a lot of bad apples in that family. And he's such a nice, polite guy. He's like, hello, my friend, how are you doing? Like, these other guys are like whole psychos. Like, how'd that happen?
I don't know. There's Gen the Messiah. He's not a... Gen's kind of... he is a psychopath. But he's very soft-spoken. He comes off as... he tries to come off as... because he wants people to trust him and everything, right? So he comes off as very polite and kind and everything, but then you realize how much of a psychopath he is. There's like literally a scene in the original Riven that is probably included in this remake where if you piss off Gen enough times, you know that scene where you're in the cage and you're talking to him, like what you were talking about with me earlier?
Yeah.
So if you keep on ringing for him, he gets pissed off and he shoots you with a rifle right in the head and kills you.
Yeah, I remember that too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do it, I kept calling him.
Yeah. He gets pissed off that you keep on trying to talk to him, and he kills you. Like,
nice guy.
I know, right? It's just the kind of father you want to show to your, I don't know, girlfriend.
He reminds me, I don't remember his voice, like, in my head is like Christopher Lee, but I have no idea what he actually sounds like. It's what Cheryl Tassin played this game.
So, who, Gen? Gen honestly sounds like Christopher, he sounds like Grand Moff Tarkin from Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, he's got a very English voice. He's British.
Evacuate? Now, moment of triumph? I think you underestimate their chances.
Okay, so let's go back down here. We got to go in this way. So make sure that's... Nope, we got to spin that one more time. But yeah, no, Gen is very much... He's like... I'm trying to think of some of the lines that he says. He's like... I know that at one point he talks about he trying to murder Atris. He does say that. He's like, I tried to murder my own son. Okay, let's spin that one more time. Apparently, we didn't spin it enough. Now, continuity here, this is kind of cool. If I look over the cliff, you can still see the dead body down there. Sorry, he's not even dead. He's knocked out. Knocked out by a pill. Or a blow dart. You see him down there, Stu?
Yeah.
I gotta spin that again, I think.
I have so little memory of any of this stuff.
You don't have a memory? So some of the stuff has changed locations. They've I'll point them out when we get to said things, so you guys can see what's been changed. So this pipe, we want to shut this off. Okay. This powers the golden dome outside that spins and whatnot. Yeah, well, I mean, this was my jam, so I'll give you a little bit of backstory behind this in case those of you missed our remake stream. But when I got Riven back in the day, back in 1997 when it first came out, I got it for Christmas that year. And my parents bought it for me, and my dad saw that I was struggling with the puzzles in the game, and so he bought me the strategy guide on Boxing Day. Boxing Day is a day in Canada that's after Christmas. I believe you Americans call it the day after Christmas. But because we're Canadian, and we're different than you guys, we call it Boxing Day. I think it's because, people are punching each other in the face to return their objects that they got for Christmas, so that's why they call it Boxing Day. I'm not entirely sure.
Stuff back in boxes or return it.
Boxing.
That's what I was told.
Well, let me tell you, Lucy, let me get my boxing gloves on. I gotta return my stuff on Boxing Day.
No, because they're putting their stuff back in the boxes.
Nah, I know. I'm messing with you. But yeah, so he bought me the strategy guide for Riven, and I still have it to this day, as a matter of fact. But unfortunately, none of that means bupkis for this game, because in this game, everything is all the puzzles are randomly generated. So
it's honestly really frustrating. Like, I've played some games where I could beat most of it, but there's one puzzle I don't really get or I suck at. And you want to look it up in a guide, and if you can't look it up in a guide, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, is that you can't even look up a walkthrough of it on the internet, because I tried, right? I was like, oh, well, I'm stuck on this puzzle. I'll go on the internet and I'll look up a walkthrough, and it's like, sorry guys, the game is randomly generated. Like, oh, yeah. Well, that's
a lot of games like that, unfortunately. And it's not. I don't like it at all.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
Sometimes there's some kind of action sequence in an adventure game also, where it's like, oh, just do this, but it's like I try to do it 50 times and I can't do it.
I feel like if you're going to give us randomly generated puzzles, give us the option. Let us choose if we want. No. Let us choose if we want randomly generated puzzles or not.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you remember when we did Myst, it gave us the option. It said, do you want the original puzzles from 1993, or do you want the randomly generated puzzles? And we picked the 1993 puzzles. That's what I would have liked to see them incorporate into Riven, but they didn't do that. Instead, they were like, nope, they're going to be randomly generated no matter what.
It makes no sense, especially since in Myst they let you have that option.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping that maybe they'd release an update that gives you that option. And interestingly enough, Riven just got an update today, but it didn't. I don't know what it added. I don't know. I went into it and it didn't do anything. Maybe a bug fix. I don't know. I never encountered any bugs for the amount of time that I played it. But look at that water, just stunning. All right, and there we go. We have finally succeeded in doing what we needed to do. Now we have to head over to the great golden dome in the sky, and we're going to go shopping. No, we're not. So, I want to point something out here. This was not...
Is there any music, by the way, here? I'm sure there's ambient noise or something.
There is not. Not in this room. There's just, hissing from pipes. So... there is music in the game. I can adjust the volume a little bit so we can hear it a little bit more. See, you guys hear that? It's just the pipe sounds.
You have your AC running, I think, so it's sort of drowning out, for me at least, the background noise.
All right, one second.
Maybe I'll just put the stream where you can hear it. I don't know.
There we go.
Oh, that's better.
That better? All right.
Now I can hear it, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, no, you're good. So, let me explain a couple of things here. This room in the original Riven was just a circular area. There was no stairs leading down. It was all circular. They added the stairs leading down. Now, this location here was not in the original Riven remake, Riven original game. This is all new. So this area that we're going to down here was actually in a totally different location, but they added it here, which is kind of interesting. Yeah.
I don't know why they did that.
To flesh out the world. So, from what I read online, because they made the game free roam, if they just left everything the same in free roam, the world would seem very compressed and very, very small, and with not a lot of roaming. And so they when they did the remake, because it's free roam, they decided to spread everything out. So this room is going to be now here, this room's going to be now there, and it's not going to be all compressed like it was in the original game. That's what I read online about that, anyway.
Weird.
And you see now that's opening that door.
Yeah, I think I told you this before, but part of the challenge I had with Riven was it felt like when I did something, I didn't know what would happen. If I moved a lever or something.
See, you can see it. And this was like that in the original, too. This did all this in the original.
Maybe I didn't realize where I was looking, like where to look. And, not this part specifically, but I remember there were parts like that where I was like flipping switches and I didn't know what was doing, what was happening. Maybe I wasn't observant enough.
Yeah.
I need to play it again, like with
So in the original, this was a static image that would flip to like the bridge being up. And this is fully animated. You can see the water moving and everything. Now the other thing to note is this is right outside our door, basically. This is the stairway that we were just at. Or not the stairway, the bridge that we were just at. So let me show you something. Let me show you something here. So we're gonna go back up here. Now remember the.
So you're walking off the edge of a cliff and you're running past it, Sorry.
Okay. So this is not that bridge. So we're gonna go back here. So this is the bridge that it was looking at. This was the bridge that was raising.
Up and down,
Now take a look at this. See the camera?
No. Oh yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? That's the camera that we were just looking through.
I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah. You see it right there.
Is that the original too?
No, because you couldn't look up. This is what I'm saying. They fleshed out this world so much.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh man, I always wanted to meet Rand Miller, man.
I met him. He's very nice.
No, I know. I watched you chatting with him on the Adventure Game Hotspot live stream. Hey, Peter Fiver, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. All the best. And Jimmy Kirk asks if I can commit suicide by jumping off the side. No, I don't think I can. There's invisible walls.
That's what I was wondering too.
No, you can't. No, there's invisible walls. Okay, so we're gonna go back in here because we're gonna watch an amazing animation take place here. Now, this is not in the original game. I'm gonna explain to you quickly what was in the original Riven game before we check out what they've done with the remake. So we go all the way over here, and we're gonna see a giant bridge that stretches across to the other side. The other side here is Gen's laboratory, which is where we'll end up at some point soon. In the original Riven, you could lower this bridge and walk across to Gen's lab. In the remake, however, when we go to move the bridge so that we can go across, this is what happens.
Oh shit. What did that happen? Why the hell did that happen?
The pipe that is it's responsible for raising and lowering the bridge. When you turned the pipe to lower the bridge, it broke.
Well, and now I know why Gen throws you in jail. He must be really pissed. How much do you think that bridge cost? Like millions of dollars. You just broke it by turning a thing that you weren't supposed to turn.
What did you think of that animation, though?
I thought it was really good, but if you explained to me in the original game,
does it go back up if you unflip the lever? Let's try it out.
That's funny.
No, but the steam stops.
In the original game, you were able to walk across, and then what happened? You got killed or something?
No, you could just walk across to Gen's lab.
So why can't you do it now? Because they don't want you to do it yet, until you're ready or something?
No, they changed. They didn't want people to just. They didn't want to just make a remake. They wanted to like kind of change things. They wanted so that returning players could experience something fresh, and the new players would not know what the difference is. I guess.
Can I ask you a question? How come like a bunch of people in this game have weird names? Like it's like Etris, Gen, Cirrus, Akinar. Then you also have like Catherine. Like, did she come from somewhere else? Is she like that seems weird to me.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Your guess
Earth.
is as good as mine. Does this extend the bridge? I bet you it does.
The bridge collapses. Good job, man.
No, that's just that's not. Well, that's great. I didn't think that's what that was gonna do. Now I'm. Give me a sec. I gotta fix this. The bridge collapses with me on it. That'd be great. Jimmy Kirk would get his dream come true. I'd fall to my death. All right, we can head down this way. Actually, that's. All right, so we are done here, ladies and gentlemen. We can go on to the next island. There's nothing else further to do in this location. And it looks like our gentleman has finally woken up and gotten off of the cliff. I don't know how. I guess you could climb it, I suppose. It's not really that far of a drop. Now, do you remember that chair that we just sat in?
Yup.
Yes. Okay. So that chair was originally in this cavern. It was not over there. It was in here. You would go down these stairs, and about right here, I want to say right about here, before we reach this door, right about here, the chair was in a room in here. They completely moved it to that other location, and now the only room here is this room, which was in the original game here as well. It was in the same location.
Okay.
This is a holographic. This is a hologram summoning type thing. You'll occasionally, if you come back to this island, randomly you may see Gen appearing in this hologram in here. It's random. I noticed it in the original Riven. Like I remember returning to this island and I opened and I noticed that these doors had closed. I was like, well, that's weird. And then I opened the doors, and as soon as I opened the doors, Gen was glaring at me. It was like a big hologram of his face from beyond here.
It's cool. A little scary.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, so let's summon our Maglev and go to the next location, the next island. Forest Island. I believe that's what it's called. I think. I always loved this thing. This thing was so well designed. The jet engine on the back of it and everything. It's so cool.
It seems like I don't remember moving that fast. I remember moving much slower than that. Maybe I'm just not remembering that. Surprised we had Moonraker also.
The one thing I will say about this is they kept all the original sound effects, which I really appreciate because I thought the original sound effects for this machine were so freaking cool. They added a lot more details so you can actually see like how it's designed and everything now. Because keep in mind that in the original Riven, we couldn't look up, we couldn't look down, we couldn't look left, we were just always focused straight ahead, click forward to move forward, and that was the style of gameplay it was. Now, if you guys never saw the original Riven, you can check it out in my playlist section because I have streamed it on this channel. But the remake, obviously, far superior, and in every way except the puzzles.
But, so I have a question. I guess like if I just press that thing, like pull the lever and the bridge collapsed, there's like no way I would get in this thing after that. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You watch a whole freaking bridge collapse. It's like, whoops, sorry. Then it's like, oh, get this. This is perfectly safe. Get in this car. You'll be totally fine. I guess the only way I would get in there is if I was like starving to death or something, and like there was no way to progress in my life, I suppose.
I don't understand why they made all of this on this side that you could get out and
Oh, interesting. Oh,
I don't feel like I'm supposed to be over here.
you clip through the wall. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I don't think
Can you fall off there?
I don't
Go on the
know.
steps?
No. Whoa, wait. That's another maglev under there.
Look what happened to the last guy who was here before that. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe we are supposed to look over here. Okay. Maybe I did find
That
something.
guy flipped the lever.
He flipped the lever, and that's what happened. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Exactly.
All right. Well, maybe we can't. Maybe I didn't think that we were allowed to creep back there, but that's cool. That's a little Easter egg, I guess. That was the last maglev survivor. All right. Let's go to the next island, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome to the Black Mesa Society facility. Yeah. I don't think Gordon Freeman can help us here, man. I don't think. I think we're on our own. We're on our own. All right, so this is totally new, this fountain. This was never in the original game. Likewise, this statue. These statues are the solution to a puzzle. So, we're going to have to come back to these statues at some point soonish. We can drain this fountain here. There's no reason to do this. It's just like interactive.
I thought you gotta take a pee or something.
No. I love the animation though. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
All right, so our first destination, we can go up, but we're gonna go down. We're gonna head down to the Sunners. Now, the Sunners are some of the birds on the island. These things are very strange looking. In the original game, you couldn't really get very close to them without them getting scared and running off. But in the remake, we can actually get right up to them. No, I scared them away. I was too quick. But you see them swim off here.
That's cool.
This here is totally new. We could never go over here in the original game. This adds a new feature to the game. We got this device. This is a lens that allows us to see invisible paint that's painted white all throughout the environment. So whenever we pull up this lens, we may or may not be able to see like stuff painted on certain objects that may or may not help us with puzzles. Now, having said that, let's go back up here. Let's go back to that statue and see if there's maybe anything painted on that statue that we are able to see with the lens. Nope, there is something. I don't quite know what I'm doing here.
I was about to ask if you know what you're doing.
No.
We'll just watch and see.
No, I really don't. I really don't. I'm just having a blast. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe match that up. No, I don't know.
It looks matched up, but I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Well, we'll come back to that. Maybe, give me a sec. Let's look in Atris's journal. Let's,
Yeah, you didn't look at his journal. How do you look at his journal? It's like a button.
There's an inventory system in this game.
If I like, open his journal, it's like, hello, my friend.
There you go.
John Putz. Finally, you looked at the book I gave you 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. All right. 87610. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. I'm going to just turn down our background audio here so we can hopefully hear me talking a little bit better. 87616. Revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments that need to be made, but the basic corrections are in and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but have thus far observed no change. It's possible I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my prenotation and can find no discrepancy. I haven't slept in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions. However, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. 87618. Success. It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it's impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work and I should be free, at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. There's been no sign from her in all that time. I only hope that... No, I must assume that she's all right, lest my fears undermine my efforts. 87619. I did not create the Age of Riven, unlike my father. I have never presumed to have such power, and yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far, I've managed to read the page. Before it turns, the island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I have saved a dying world. But the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is Gen. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he used to be. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but given his history, I must assume that he's still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Dunny civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake. A pattern that would no doubt continue were he to ever escape the confines of Riven. For more than 3 decades now, the universe has been safe from his corruptive influence. Oh, damn it! Hang on, let me go back. From his corruptive influence, because no one has been able to leave that ill-fated age. The last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the star fissure upon my return to Mist.
So I guess he linked himself out, and then the book fell into the fissure, and that's where you find it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the first game. Okay.
That was our intention, to maroon my father on Riven by removing all the existing links to other worlds. And since the libraries containing the vast and intricate knowledge needed to construct linking books remained largely confined to the ruins of Dunny, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime, and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. This is what we achieved, but the way it fell was no one's ideal. And although the sting of it has gradually faded, Over the years, the deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to pass has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear. Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue. But it was never my wish that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to have to pay for it. But enough! To dwell in the past is to die in the present. And the situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired since that time has yet to be factored into the equation. 87-620. I think I have a solution for rescuing Catherine. Why it did not occur to me sooner I do not know, unless the thought had been pushed out with the memory of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Dunny, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, as my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I had to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find I could still recall most of the formula, and with little experimentation, quickly succeeded in creating one of those devices myself. The procedure is actually quite simple, by altering key lines of text, but slightly, normal linking books connection can be partially severed, such that anyone who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link. Unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person becomes trapped and the first person displaced back into the world. The technique can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the text being so slight that anyone who is unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If my father is indeed unchanged, what better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be a link back here to Dunny? 87-7-2.
You know, he can't be that stupid though. Like, think about it. Like, if some fool, like some random schmuck comes in with that book, like he's not be like, oh boy, and then click, like, you know, put his hand in it. I don't think he's that stupid. You know what I mean?
Do you remember how we trapped Gen in the book in the original game?
No, I don't remember. Exactly
so he holds out the book and says, "I want you to go through first," and then you go through,
okay.
and then you go through, and then you see him staring back at you from inside the trap book.
Oh, he switches places. Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, it must work," and then he touches the image and he switches places. Yeah.
I see. That's clever, actually.
87-7-2. Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have started again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbances are the result of the changes I have made. This did not, at first, concern me. Tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects I'd anticipated during the initial phase of the island's readjustment. But in order to verify my assumptions, I recalculated, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I'd realized. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. 87-7-3. I must act while I have the time. The signs are as yet barely visible, but there is no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent, unless I can keep ahead of it, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. 87-7-5. With every passing moment, I gain a clearer picture of the incredible chaos that my father's shortcuts have yielded. But it's a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no good end to this. The last few days have convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that, at best, I can only strive to delay it in the hope that, at some point, the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. 87-7-7. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. 87-713. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has found my lost missed linking book and freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the fact that it may now be possible for me to continue my repairs to Riven while also proceeding with my original intent to find Catherine has renewed my hopes. 87-716. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once my father again had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven, and thereby risk the possibility of inadvertently freeing him. The deteriorated state of the gateway image would seem to make the use of a visual signal impossible, yet the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting variations in the noise patterns, I am still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age. Even though I cannot see them, the problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur at a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual would be able to affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating. An unstable anomaly that appears as a rift between two separate realms, the Starfisher, but how this feature might be exploited I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once signaled, I will have to leave my writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. Provided my father is safely out of the way, this should take little time, assuming the island does not incur any serious damage during my absence. I should then be able to return to Gavir and hold it together long enough for Catherine to evacuate the remaining islanders. I'm going to restart your share screen, Stu. Predetermining the specific signal may simply be impossible, but I'm afraid there can only be one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for success will be greatly increased, and the possibility of disaster greatly diminished, if the prison book is all that is taken there. My father is no doubt expecting me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. I think that's the last page. That is the last page. Well, that didn't even give us any solutions to any of the puzzles or anything.
I have a comment on this. Like, I think it's very disingenuous that he calls you his friend. Like, what the hell did he ever do for me, and what the hell did I ever do for him? Like, I mean, I did stuff for him, I guess, but
yeah,
I don't. He's not. And then, I think it would be better, more honest if you was
throw. Jimmy Kirk says,
Eddie Hackenard.
Stu, your mic is lagging like crazy. Your mic is lagging like crazy. Can I get you to leave leave and rejoin? See if that works.
I think it's just the video got corrupted. I think just the network was lagged. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No?
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah. I can hear you.
Saying I think maybe I can convince this schmuck to go to Riven for me and take this prison book and maybe trap my father. And if he's not successful, who gives a shit anyway? I don't care about this guy. Fuck him. That's what you should write in the journal. Yeah. And then when you should be like, what the hell's in your journal? He's like, oh, sorry about that.
Did you hear what Jimmy Kirk said? He said you should take that book and throw it in the water.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, it's like at least why is he calling you his friend? It's like he seems like a phony to me. I mean, one thing if he's like, in this, he's like, oh, hello, my friend. He's just like greeting you. But then he reckon the rights of the book is like, oh, my friend, this. Like, when do we become friends? I don't know.
I don't know, but unless he invites me to tea, there is no friendship.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Also, it's book he writes of me.
You're,
It's like,
you're,
oh,
you're lagging
I'm
again.
lagging again?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like maybe is your family on the internet or something?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I think the PlayStation just has shitty internet for some reason. It doesn't make any sense. They got too much stuff on top of it or something. I don't know, but
you shouldn't have. Saying, like, you should never. You should never have anything on your PlayStation. It has to vent.
Oh, I shouldn't. Oh, that's the problem.
Nothing should ever be on or around your PlayStation. Your PlayStation needs space because it vents. It has to vent the hot air. It's a console. It's not a table. It's a console. It's not a table, Stu. Jesus.
Well, I was saying in
you'd have more space if you cleaned up your Atari games.
I know.
Yeah.
In the book, he's like, Catherine, forgive me. It would be funny if the game.
You're lagging.
What are your?
Original PS1 hack was to flip the console over. You don't want to do that with the PS4 or PS5. So Stu is lagging again, but anyway, while we figured that out, I just want to point something out here. So this entire area here was not in the original Riven. When we came up here, it would lead to a fountain, a beetle fountain that we would turn on, and the water would form in the shape of a beetle. They completely removed that from the game and replaced it with this tree. So that's totally new. Likewise, this statue is totally new, and the other thing that's new is, of course, down here, this leads to the top of this village, which this was never a path in the original Riven game. There was no path that led over here. So this is all totally new. Oh, we can see that somebody is taking the sub out.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, at the end of the game, they get back together, and it's like, oh, Atris, oh, Catherine, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It makes much more sense if she's like, what the fuck took you so long? I've been rotting here for years. You son of a bitch, you abandoned me in this place. He's like, but Catherine, my love, don't call me your love. I want to see you as long as I live. That's what should happen, but
that would be such a weird ending to be like, Catherine, I finally saved you. Shut up! I'm getting a divorce. Like, what would be? It would be such a weird ending.
Catherine's like, and then Catherine's like, Atris is like, my friend here. Like, oh, this is your friend? Wow, you're pretty good looking, friend. Like,
okay,
hey, all right. You want to get some coffee with me?
This is not Riven as written by Al Lowe, my friend, but yeah.
Wait, where are you going? We'll be back later. It's just like, don't worry. Bye.
I always looking at these houses, I always thought these houses are so cool. They're so well designed.
They're cool. Can you invite me back to the share play? Because I kicked myself out because I tried to mess with my network settings. That's why my audio is not.
I'm almost wondering. Well, no, I'm almost wondering if maybe that's why your audio isn't lagging because
it could be. Yeah, I'm saying, but we won't find out unless you invite me back in, so I can actually try it.
Well, here we are, the wonderful world of Riven, ladies and gentlemen. This here is the we're looking for people. If you're interested in living above ground, You have to climb up a lot of ladders. And unfortunately, the houses are rather sparse. There's enough room for a toilet and a kitchen. And that's it. So there's no beds in there. You have to sleep standing up, but that's a small downside. The good thing about living here, ladies and gentlemen, is you have access to water. It's not exactly swimmable, and you know, you need a submarine and whatnot, but it's fine. That's my sales pitch for this area. It looks like somebody's... Barbecue. Yes, they're barbecuing some Philly cheesesteak.
Smoker.
You're lagging again. It's the share screen. It's the share screen that's doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. No, I'm not sure.
The video itself is not the video. The video itself is not lagging, and it was before. It's actually better for me than it was before.
No, your voice occasionally just starts lagging out of the blue. I don't know, man. Why is it that every time I join your stream, there's never any fucking problems, but whenever you join my streams to stream with me, it's like fucking 14 hours worth of lag with the odd sentence?
Because we don't stream on PlayStation, that's the reason.
Yeah. Well, if we got a capture, you know, if we got a capture card working, this could have all been prevented. But you know.
All right. Well, I hear you.
Yeah. All right. So this is the school in the area. Now, originally in the original game, this could only be accessed by submarine, but in the remake, you can actually climb down these stairs and access it this way, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna hop in here. Now, there's two things we want to take a look at. Well, there's three, I guess, because they included this as well, which I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here, but it's very beautiful writing. But now over on this side is this little tiny mini game with a wark. The wark is the giant ugly fish that we will see later on in the game. This is a kid's mini game. Basically, the symbol that we see down here, the translation for that symbol will be how many clicks these divers take before they fall into the wark's mouth. So we flip this over. It's going to pick a symbol. So we got 2, 3, 4, 4. So that's the symbol for 4. Now, this is stuff we're going to need to know for later on, but I feel like... Does this form actually have it written down? No, okay, it doesn't. Oh, this is the... I think I'm going to screenshot that. This is for the... Yeah, this is for the... This is for the statues. Yeah.
I think a caterpillar crawled on the page and left some slime on or something.
No, that's the solution for the statues. I screenshotted that image. Yeah, that's the solution for the statues that we've been encountering. SharePlay connection is lost. Yeah, your internet is really acting up.
It's working totally fine. It's only when you took the screenshot that happened.
I don't know, man.
It was totally good until then. Anyway, this is the best part of the stream is listening to you and me bicker, so put it back on.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jerry. All right. Oops,
well,
that is...
We'll just put the SharePlay back on. What do you want from me? I didn't make a break.
George, I don't think you know what you're talking about. The share screen is fine the way it is. All right, anyway. You ever see Larry David's new show that came out recently? It's become all the rage.
What's it called?
I don't remember, but it's one where he's making fun of American politics, and it's so funny. His first one, he was just like trashing on Trump, and everybody thought it was hilarious. He's like, "What if a pedophile took office?" He's like, and all the other. It's set in like the 1400s or something like that. I don't know. It's set in the old days, but he brought up Trump, and he's all dressed in like a fucking 1800s style attire or whatever, and he's got like the old judge wig and everything. He's got like this hat. He's wearing the fancy clothes, and he's like I'll send the clip to you afterwards on Discord, but it's really funny, and he's making fun of Trump, and it's very obvious. He's like, because they're having a meeting or something out in the open, all these political figures in the 1800s or something, and they're saying like presidents will always be respected, and then Larry David is one of these figures, and he's like, but what if he was a pedophile? And then they're like, that'll never happen. But what if he was? And what if he spent time on Epstein's island? And it's, oh my god, it's so funny. And it's just shitting on Trump this entire first episode of the show. And it's really funny. The fact that he got away with it is the best part.
That's the show.
Huh?
Just come in.
There you go. He just lagged out of the party, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, man. Every time, it seems like every time we stream with him, there's some kind of an internet issue. Hello? Guten Tag? You still loading? What's going on? Oh, he's still loading in. I don't know what's going on with his internet. All right. There he is.
Weird.
It's because you're American, isn't it? I knew it.
Okay.
So this is so we've done with this. So this is one of those holograms that I was talking about earlier. So when I flip this lever, Gen is going to appear in this hologram. He's going to be like educating the students. And from my understanding, what he's saying basically is that he's their supreme leader. Basically, he's basically talking down to them like he's their god. There we go. There's Gen.
He's like the Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Yeah.
Worship me, worship me.
Let me tell you something. I'm worth worshiping. You gotta worship me. I don't know.
What is the powder? What is the powder? The powder is like something that agent for the hologram or something.
It's like a powder that allows him to take on the form of a hologram.
So that must be really shit classroom if the whole lesson is only like 10 seconds long, and it's just about worshiping him. Like, okay, kid, you're going for the day now. Like, come back tomorrow for more worshiping. Like, it's weird. It doesn't seem very effective,
No, I don't think he's the actual school.
When do we get to meet him?
When do we get to meet him?
No, I'm saying the kids must be like, teacher, we ever get to meet Ken? Like, yeah, maybe he'll come by one day.
Well, as a matter of fact, you can. Here, hold on. Let me just crank this lever.
Like, we've seen that 72,000 times. Like, no, one more time will be good for you.
The Sunners have returned. Let me see if I can get close to them without them running away again. Ain't nobody here but a tree. It's just a tree. Don't look in my general direction. It's just a tree. Okay, I'm just a tree. I'm fluttering in the breeze because I'm a tree.
Oh, they're like snuggling.
They never had those kind of animations in the original game. Um, they put a lot of more work into their animations in this. His teeth are crazy. So the female is the one snuggling on his neck. The male of the species is the one with the red.
How can you tell? Did you like check their genitalia?
Yes, I fondled them before you joined the party. No, there's a book you get at some point that explains that the
Oh,
females
really?
are, yeah.
That's cool. It's really cute.
I think they're ugly if I'm being honest. But
I
fair
mean,
enough.
obviously they're ugly for humans, but like it's just cute the way they're like resting together. That's a cute thing about it.
Did you ever notice that? So in Mist, it felt like he didn't really flesh out the worlds, in my opinion. It wasn't until Riven when he introduced all these little creatures and all these little bugs and insects and stuff like that. And then that went into
Yeah, Mist 3,
Mist
there was like a
three.
squib or something.
Yeah, Mist 3 had creatures. Mist 4 had a ton of creatures. There was an entire island
Yeah.
full of creatures, and it was.
Jimmy Kirk said they probably taste delicious.
Hey, hey, not for nothing, Jimmy Kirk. They probably do taste delicious, but let me tell you something. Stay the hell away from them, okay? I got my eye on you. Don't get anywhere near them. All right. So this is the entrance to Woodchipper Island. Now the difference here is that we got all these gray moths everywhere, right? See all these gray moths? Look at that. They're all over the place. But the interesting thing about these gray moths is that they're actually a solution to a puzzle. When we let them get back down to their little moth convention, we can pull up our.
I
We can
can't believe
pull
you just
up.
walked through like a thing of moss. If that in real life, like I would be dead right now probably. I'd like a heart attack and die from walking through like a
Why?
cloud of moss like that. I hate moths so much. There was
Oh.
a moth in my kitchen last night, and it was like gigantic. It was like the size of like a golf ball. It was so huge. And I tried to kill it, and like I hit it, but it didn't die. And then like it got lost somewhere, and it escaped. And I was like, I can't. How can I go to sleep now with this moth like loose in the house?
Oh
If
my
there was like a
God.
cloud of,
You got to
there
be
was a
kidding
cloud
me.
of
I used to keep them as
moths.
pets,
If
but
there was a
okay.
cloud of moths, oh my god! Once I know that not everybody like has this reaction. There's like two insects I really don't like. One is moths, and the other one is even worse, which is fireflies, because they scare the crap out of you. They almost disappear right in front of your face. I was like, what the hell happened? Anyway, if there was a huge like fly, fly,
Out of all the insects to not like, yours are the ones that are the least dangerous. Fireflies and moths. Are you gonna? Yeah.
well,
What are you gonna
moths are
tell?
dangerous.
Just use the vacuum if you're
Moth,
scared.
moth,
No,
moth,
I. You know what? I don't think he can use the
the
vacuum if
vacuum's
he's
a good
scared because he's
idea.
probably scared of the vacuum cleaner too.
I didn't think, I didn't think of the vacuum. That's a good idea. But moths are really dangerous because they eat paper and stuff. They might eat my games. That would be bad.
Oh my God, Stu. They eat fabrics. They don't eat paper. They're not gonna go after your shitty old Atari games. I'm sure they have more class than that. Uh,
I doubt it. But
all right.
anyway, if there was a huge cloud of 1,000 moths, like there's no way in hell I'd
Now,
walk through
now,
that.
pay attention, guys. This is the solution to the puzzle. Now, if we look at these moths through the the lens here, we can see that they've taken on the shape of the side view of a frog. That is a puzzle
Oh,
solution for an upcoming puzzle.
that's so weird.
Yes.
You can't see that without that?
Well, you can still see it in the shape of a
It's much harder
frog,
to
but
see.
it's just much harder to see it. What if all the moths
Yeah.
team up and carry a large magnet near? Okay.
No! That's funny. That's funny.
All right, we're gonna do a little bit more not experiment, exploring. So we're gonna get past these guys again. God, you would not be able to play this game in VR then, would you? Because of the moths. Stu, I'm talking to you. He might be lagging out again. So we got our little beetle here, flying off into the sunset. Oh, yeah, he lagged out again, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. He's having internet issues tonight. Hopefully we'll get them resolved and he'll still be a part of this stream. The beetle was in the beetle was in the original game, Jimmy Kirk. The beetle was always in the game. I don't want to say it's the solution for a puzzle, but it's certainly so this work statue in the original game, you would flip a button on top of here and it would open the work's mouth. In this remake, the button is not here, and as a matter of fact, you can't even open the work's mouth from this location. We have to do it in an entirely different location in the remake. So we're going to come back to this room later, or this area later, because we can't really do anything here. We'll head up here. But yeah, I remember playing a Riven back in the day when it first came out and thinking to myself how amazing the original game looked. But now, having played the Unreal Engine 5 remake, I mean, the original game just doesn't look good anymore. It doesn't. It's definitely shown its age now. But back then, when I first got it in 1997, this game was so photorealistic for me. I thought it was all filmed, actually, and obviously it's not.
So I heard you talking here before, and I couldn't, like, I was talking back, but you couldn't hear me, and then all of a sudden, like, it just kicked me out of the stupid the party. I don't know what the fuck. I rebooted my PS4, but I heard your question, and I would in VR I would play it because it's like it's not like they're real life, you know, it's different real life than a game. Plus, like, those moths don't really look that, at least they're not detailed enough to look that scary. They just sort of look like I don't know.
Moths?
No, but they're not like they look like low detail moths. Can't explain it, but yeah, I don't like moths.
What's this, do? It's a fissure leading into space.
That's cool.
Yeah, this was not in the original game. This is also in the remake.
But is there any significance to this, or it just like sits there?
For now, it just sits there. Later on, you're able to crawl through them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because like the fissure they talk about at the end of the game, like that happens from like you hitting the floor or something with some device, right?
Yeah, that's still in the game.
Okay.
They made it a lot harder to solve that puzzle, though. Remember this? Remember the log cart?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So in the original game, you would climb into the log cart and sit inside of it. In the remake, they realized that's not how people got around on log carts. They didn't climb inside of them. They would stand on the back of them. And so cool. they did it this way. But anyway, let's do it. Let's head to Woodchipper Island.
As soon as the book fell into the anal fissure, I knew that I would not get my colonoscopy as planned. Sorry. That's awesome. We're going to be in the character. So look for safe. Hanging on the back. Psychedelic, man.
All right, so now I just have a question. Having now helped me beat Mist Remake, do you not find that the graphics in this are far superior?
Oh, 100%.
Like this game looks like it looks like it's like comparing Pong to like a modern game. I just don't understand why in Mist Remake it just looks so cartoony compared to how I, I just don't understand. I don't get it.
I mean, I have two explanations, three explanations. One is obviously the technology got better, but I don't think that's the main reason. Number two is probably they just have money for it. But number three, I think they don't give a shit about Myst compared to Riven. I think they really like feel like Riven is their masterpiece, and they're going to spend more
I
time and money
tend
on
to
it.
agree with them. I think Riven is the masterpiece.
Well, maybe that's the case. I think they think that though too. So I think that they're therefore just going to invest more time and effort in Riven.
Oh, whoops. Need to flip this over. All right, so this I remember this puzzle from back in the day. So this puzzle remains the same, believe it or not. The puzzle for getting in here. So if you have the original Riven and don't know how to do this puzzle, you simply flip this up. Flip this. Flip this. Flip this. And that's going to extend the ladder. You can see in here the ladder is raising, the floor is raising. But we still got water, and we want to crawl underneath all of this. We don't want to crawl in water, so we want to drain the water. To do that, we go back to this lever and flip it in the opposite direction. The water is now going to drain, and we're now able to enter there and go further into the island. Now, in this location, this is where we're going to get into Gen's laboratory. We want to crawl through the stairwell here, the ladder here. We're going to end up in a pipe underground. In the original game, you would just exit the pipe right here. They didn't do that, so they've barred that off in this remake, and you actually have to go the opposite direction, and that's going to lead us all the way around to exit out through the opposite end of the pipe, which will lead us on the backside of Gen's laboratory. So we'll just climb up the... So in the original game, there wasn't like a hike up a mountain to get to Gen's lab, but in this, they... because, again, like I said earlier, they want to flesh out the world a lot more because it is a, free exploration game now, as opposed to just a point and click. So the world is a lot more fleshed out. Before we go inside this location, we're going to go back down this ladder and head back over to the pipes that we just flipped the lever on a little bit earlier. We're going to switch that lever back. That's going to power a device that's up here, up at the top of the ladder we just climbed down, which will allow us to drain water from a pool. Oops. I keep forgetting you have to use your right stick to manipulate the environment.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's really annoying, actually. I wish I could configure that, but it is what it is. Now, in the original, first you break the bridge, now you're breaking the pool. These levers, they'll be the end of you. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just destroying everything Gen owns.
You said we should throw the book in the fissure.
Yeah. So this was in the in Gen's lab in the original game, but in here it's just like sitting outside. But if we open this furnace, we see in here that there's a burnt book in here, and it looks like Gen has been burning all the licking books that he finds.
Why would he burn leaking books? Does he want to get out of there? It makes no sense.
I'm assuming he's just because he's
Must
insane.
burned it before. Maybe he burned it before he got trapped or something. Or maybe Catherine burned them to keep him trapped here.
I don't think so. I think that Gen's doing that because I remember reading Gen's journal and he's him stealing a bunch of books from Atris's library or something like that and wanting to burn them all. All right, we're gonna close these doors. So down here leads to one of the golden domes that spins. And we can't do anything with these right now because we are still fairly early into the game. But later on in the game we will... Is that locked? Oh, there we go. Later on in the game we will have to shut these down and access the contents within them. But right now we don't need to do that. Now this leads to Gen's lab. In the original game, you would pull a lever here, and that would allow power to go through this entire bridge, and allow you to open Gen's lab that way through like this power switch. But in the remake, none of that is in the game. Now, do you remember that bridge that collapsed? Jimmy Kirk and Stu's Game Reviews. Do you remember the bridge?
Yeah.
This is the other side of that bridge. See? Remember earlier I said it leads to Gen's lab?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So that's where we were before. We were just standing outside of there.
You finally made it.
Oh, this is nowhere near. This is nowhere near the ending of the game.
No, I'm saying you've made it across there at least. That's cool.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good evening. I will be doing a party tonight after the stream, of course. But yeah, we're gonna head down here. Now we've started the we are now, because I was mucking around outside there. We have now powered the generator that is going to allow us to drain some of the water in this location, which we're going to need to do. This is an entirely new area. This was not in the original Riven at all. None of this was. This is all made up for the game, the remake. But yeah, this is all new locations. As a matter of fact, the music in this location is all brand new for the remake as well. Dragon egg? No. It's just like a quartz, basically. Alright. So we want to wheel... So the objective here is we're supposed to take that mineral up to Gen's lab. The only way up there is by an elevator. So we want to turn off the brakes and wheel the elevator up. So how are you liking it so far, Stu?
mean, it looks amazing.
In the original game, down at the bottom here, there was not that.
I remember this room too. It's like having deja vu. Another place where I remember like I couldn't figure out what to do.
Okay, so in this remake, it's a little bit more detailed. So in the original game, do you remember there was like a frog catching room where the cave cavern was? That's not in the game. That was completely removed from the game. The frog catching thing, they figured that it wasn't not really vitally important to catch a frog, so they completely removed it. And instead, we still have that little frog, and he looks even better in Unreal Engine 5. He looks very photorealistic. We can just let him out. He's inside one of these frog catching cages. We can just let him out, and you'll see him hopping around here. Look at his level of detail. He's so cute.
That's really cute. It's like crossing a frog and like a salamander or gecko. And he died.
This is Gen's notebook. No, he dove down, and there's a lake at the bottom, so he dove into the lake.
Oh, okay.
The water. I have been cataloguing the natural elements of this age for many years. Does he know the way out? I don't know. For many years now, yet I still continue to find evidence of the number 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Dunny society. From the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ubiquitous. Its presence here is clearly a direct reflection of the minds that authored the texts I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds, while all of my ages have been based on Dunny.
That's why I think he's a god, by the way, because he thinks he's creating the worlds.
While all of my ages have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of 5 were also the most beautiful, the most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. I still have yet to determine how the Dunny color symbology affects the superior design principle. While ostensibly a 6-color system, I am convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I will continue to investigate. The Yttram traps have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are also experiencing a generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such vexing issues aside, this unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract from my pipe, one that is smoother than any other in recent memory.
Was there a commercial here?
Yes. I have reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries with the unusual behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters that now demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. I am imagining a motile?
Motile means it can move.
I am imagining a motile unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water. The aggregate effect, which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to threatening conditions. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, a period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain their dramatic aversion to even moderate rises in temperature. There is still much to learn, however, regarding this peculiar phenomenon and its possible uses. Construction of the images has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it was to adapt the Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keita was a direct descendant of the Dunny. How else to explain the redemptive depth of our connection? But that's all pointless now. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of the system, another example of the superiority of Dunny technology. Ironic that Atris and Catherine's meddling unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. I am certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here, and that Atris never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a linking book be destroyed than to risk it falling into unknown hands. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution. As the ensuing cataclysm may well have consumed the entire world had I not managed to intervene. Catherine would never have knowingly taken such a risk, and surely my son, giving his own a dearth of or vertebrae, had only meant for Riven to become my prison and not my tomb.
I guess he means his son doesn't have a backbone, so he wouldn't have tried to kill him.
I am discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked the stars and have proven that their paths are cyclical. But without proper instrumentation, there is nothing more I can learn. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the attendant paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. Yet my early experiments seem to confirm the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris momentarily threw himself into the void is further evidence that it might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It is also difficult to say what would happen were I to reopen the fissure now, but it is highly probable that the results would be disastrous. My hopes have been dashed again. The latest ink formulation has proven to be yet another in a long list of failures. Frustrating to expand so much effort constructing a linking book, only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often has this lab grown uncomfortably warm by the flames of these never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Dunny, a properly orthodox linking book may simply be beyond my means. But I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way.
Oh, that's why he's burning the books. Because they don't work.
Pens of Fate. Late last night, while pondering these interminable setbacks, I went to light my pipe. The fire marble got away from me, however, and rolled across the gateway. Gateway image of the open book before me. If the consequence of this had not been repeatable, I would not have believed my eyes. As the marble left a faint yet definite trail of increased clarity in its wake, the change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fire marbles, it might be possible to suppress the variance long enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday about 5 spans above the normal shore of Temple Island. A breach of stars seemingly identical to the one beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hole, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with runic plates, similar to the ones I devised for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling. And yet it has also left me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental has shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. I have erected a small dome, a pressurized airlock, mounted upon the contained breach. This has allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjecting Riven to further invasion, and the destruction that would certainly attend it. It is a bafflingly probable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it, yet cannot say that it is a respiration, as I am used to it. Rather nonsensical as this is going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. At last, the breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to fluoresce. A quick strike test confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their charge has lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle. An apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to rectify my linking books. But I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. The breach is now number 5. A sure sign that I am on the right path. I have connected the domes on each of them via a nexus of pathways within the expanse, which will also serve as an inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on my enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2 more men yesterday has made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my finest fire marbles to contain. So I've decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I've installed 5 charging stations within the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate band of... Is that band? Gand? I don't even know what that word says. Separate band of the total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the charged marbles to the great gold dome on Riven for recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. The problem of how to return to Riven... Huh? What'd you say?
I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
I said I don't think so, man.
Yeah. The problem with how to return to Riven has been settled. Reckon has proven his usefulness over the years, at times nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess. He and his team will have the honor of being the first to link to the new age, bringing with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and add and send additional men until they get it right. Should they founder, however, I am prepared to sacrifice every last man on Riven to continue the effort. This cannot fail. At long last a viable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, and an unconscionable preemption of the ages I might have fathered, I have finally linked to a new age. It is a bleak and barren world, perfectly suited for my purposes.
It's a barren world.
Perfectly suited for my purposes. By closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters there so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. Although it is but a stepping stone, HKI, I don't know what that combination is an utter triumph to think that I have accomplished in a matter of years. Under extremely adverse conditions, what it took my dunny ancestors centuries to achieve. I caught one of my assistants thumbing through this journal today. He will certainly never do it again. But
testicles off.
I ripped his balls off and fed them to the town alligator. But I'm glad I chose to write this in a language these people cannot decipher. Perhaps it is time I reviewed security measures with each guild master. No problems expected from the builders, maintainers, and surveyors. But the bookmakers and educators may need a bit more motivation. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or black moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded into joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with dimwits, then who am I to stop them? Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The metal contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource that I am unaware of, perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have emanated from. Think a closer inspection of the area is warranted. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the islands has slowed dramatically. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures I am no longer certain. I have nearly finished with writing the whatever the hell age, and have every confidence that it will be a safe place to relocate to. But it would still be useful to know what has caused the sudden halt in Riven's breakup. Is it possible that the age is stable after all? If so, I must discover how it differs from HKI, which has already shown troubling signs of decay, though future tests are needed. And yet, there is something about this that gives me pause. Could it be that someone is attempting to repair the damage to the Fifth Age at its source? I cannot help but think that the hand of Atris is behind this somehow. And that's it.
Yeah, that guy's really boring. I was kidding. That was actually interesting. What's next? Can you read the Great Gatsby?
Should I read it like Andy Kaufman? Thank you very much.
I thought this was a book reading stream. We're playing a game now? Oh wow.
I know, right? It's crazy. What the hell?
It is pretty crazy.
This man has been collecting everything under the sun.
Like part of a tree.
All right, let's slide that closed. I think we can still mess with this. I know that in the original game, this was like a heater that heated water. Oh yeah, there we go. I think that's all that does.
Well, looks cool.
Yeah. It's another one of the books. Last week, one of my acolytes caught a rebel sniffing around the cemetery totem in the jungle. In keeping with the general ineptitude of my men, the dog was allowed to escape. But at least the fool had the presence of mind to bring me the object in question. It is a primitive eyepiece into which one of the native numbers had been set. Given the fact that the accursed numeric system requires you to know which way a symbol has been rotated in order to read it. However, there is no escape to make sense of it. It is probably no way to make sense of it. It is probably an overestimation of the moiety's intelligence to suspect that there may be some greater meaning behind it. But tomorrow I shall send a surveyor out to inspect the other totems, just to be safe. Okay, so we're going to take this rock and we're going to place it in here.
Well, that's cool.
All right, so we want to get this rock in the middle. So we just want to flip these dials until... Okay. Let's do... Okay, that barely went up. Jeez, I keep on hitting the wrong button. Okay.
I feel so tired all of a sudden. I don't know why. I actually get enough sleep last night.
It's because of the boring parts of this game.
Yeah, I think it's a little slow.
It is.
Probably part of it.
It is. So,
Take 1 dulcimer.
there we go.
Mix it with 1/2 dulcimer. You hear that thing?
Yes, King's Quest 6, yeah.
The boring book.
The counterintuitive aspect of fire marbles that a greater strike force does not always yield the maximum energy output never ceases to amaze me. Optimal strike force base value. I think we need that. That probably needs to go into our notes.
Yeah. Well, what are you trying to do is what it's confusing to me right now. This is I think where I was confused in this game to begin with. Like I was like, what am I doing? What is my goal here right now? You know what I mean?
There's no puzzles in the original game. There's no puzzles in this location, and likewise in the remake, there's no puzzles in this location either.
So what are you doing then?
You just learn about Gen more than anything. We want to unlock this door. Alright, we're done here. We're going to go to the next island now. So we go down here, summon our Maglev.
It is pretty fast.
Yep, well, I mean, there's a jet engine on the back of it. Right there.
Yeah, but does it turn around when it goes the other way?
You have to manually turn it around.
Okay.
Sit in the seat, wait until the ladder or the stairs go back up, then we can flip it.
These parts are cool.
Yeah, so one of my favorite elevators in this game is the water elevator, which we're going to check out in a second here. This is known as Plateau Island, if I remember correctly. Now, in this location, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. There is a...
Exactly. What do you get to?
So there is a panel up here. And I thought that we had to match these because these all are shaped like these little islands. I thought that the solution to the puzzle was to just match these all up with the specific rocks, but I ended up doing that and in another playthrough, and it didn't do anything. So I'm not sure what we are supposed to do with this just yet. So we'll probably come back to that puzzle later on. This entire area is way different and very bland, actually, in this remake. There's a lot more. There's a lot more in this lake than there is in the remake. Oh, there's a wark. I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw it for a split second. There was a wark in the water swimming around. You can kind of see him faintly just right there. I think maybe he's gone now. All right. So we're going to head back down. We're going to go to that water elevator. Because I don't think... A wark? No, a wark is like... they're made up fish. It's spelled W-A-H-R-K. It's a made up species of fish in Riven.
W-H-A-R-K in Cincinnati.
No. W-A-H.
No, A-H? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Jimmy Kirk spelled it wrong. I was using his spelling.
Yeah, no, I know. It's spelled really weird. W-A-H-R-K. Wark. So we're going to flip this around, which will lead us to the water elevator. So what do you think of the remake compared to the original game so far? You're enjoying it, or?
Well, I think it's really good.
I was worried that they were going to take out this water elevator out of the game for the remake, but thankfully they kept it in and kept it the same way it was in the original.
That's clever. I wouldn't have thought to do that. Just go out the other side of the thing.
Yeah, that was like that in the original game too, though. The flipping the maglev to access other areas.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I mean, it's tricky.
Yeah, here's the water elevator. Nah, I don't... Maybe... Now keep in mind, back in 1997, when this game first came out, all of this looked so amazing. Because when you think about it, back then in 1997, we had like a lot of text... not text-based, but, we had like... point-and-click adventure games like the Police Quest games and King's Quest and Full Throttle and stuff like that. But we never really had anything that looked this photorealistic back then. Obviously, this is the remake, so this looks way better than the original game. But back then, when I played Riven, it literally felt like I was in that world, and everything just felt so real to me. Obviously, going back to it now after playing this remake, it doesn't look good at all, but back then it definitely did.
You need to clean that window. There's a crap all over it.
But it's because it goes through water. So there's like see all the water up above? It's like a pool. I don't know. It's really weird.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't
How
get
come
it
it's
either.
not falling?
Exactly. I don't know. Welcome to Riven. Now, there's in the original game there was a live actor in the sequence up here. It was one of Gen's mages who sees you and then goes to the maglev and jumps into it and takes off to inform Gen that you have arrived on the island. There's this guy on this island. We don't know who the hell he is, what he's doing. We got to keep an eye on him. So that's the whole point of this scene here in the original game, and I'm thankful to say that they did keep it in the remake. So there he is there. There's the mage. He sees me, and now he's heading off for the maglev. Now if we run forward after this guy, if we catch him in time, we'll see him taken off.
Hey, come back, asshole! What are you doing?
You see at the top? You see at the top the flame that comes out?
Yeah. Jerk.
Now he's just got to wait a couple of seconds so we can summon the maglev back to us.
If they were smart, they would just like not, they would just like, break it so you can't get out or something. Not worry, I have shotgun.
So what do you guys think in the live chat? Do you think this game is better than Myst Remake, or what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Riven, the sequel to Myst? In my opinion, I think it's way cooler. This world just absolutely encapsulated me as a kid.
I think it's cool too. Jimmy says it looks pretty cool to him.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. So now we're going to another area. Now this area that we're going to is going to allow us to open the Wark's mouth, and it's also going to give us access to the submarine so we can go underwater and explore the entire area underwater in a really nice, fancy looking sub. Now, the other thing cool about this game, Jimmy Kirk, is that if you have a PSVR 2 headset for the PS5, you can actually play this entire game in VR. So both this and Myst Remake give you the option, and the option's made to switch on VR mode if you have a VR headset.
Nice. That's cool.
Yes.
It's cool that it's the same version. It's not like you have to buy a separate version.
No, you don't. You don't. Yeah, it's included. Yeah. Sony has been doing that with their games for ages, though, where they give you the VR and non-VR version. And you know what's also really cool? A lot of VR games on the PS5. So when they first came out, a lot of the VR games on PS5 were VR only, right? And they would say like you can't play them unless you have a VR headset. And then a lot of people started to complain about that, and then Sony's like, okay, we'll release patches for them so that you can play in VR or non-VR. And so that's what they ended up doing. And so there's a lot of like those early generation VR games on the PS5 that and PS4 that you can play in non-VR as well now, which is really nice. Because I know that Quest and stuff like that obviously doesn't do that, but then again, it wouldn't even make sense for Quest to do it. Because if you have a Quest, if you have a Quest VR headset and you don't want to play VR in your Quest VR headset, then you're an idiot. Because that's the whole point of the headset.
Right, exactly.
I know that I know that I'm probably never gonna get a VR 2 because honestly, I don't like corded headsets, and I was hoping that with the PSVR 2 they would have done it cordless like the Quest 2, but they didn't. It's all corded. Who wants to be playing VR where you're like hooked up to a screen or a console? Because dude, if you walk too far away without realizing in your corded VR headset, the next thing that's going to happen is you're not going to have a head because your console is going to go flying at it.
That's funny.
So here we go. There's the shortcut now for the Wark's mouth is now open. And again, in the original game, it was a button down here that opened the Wark's mouth. And you see, for this game, we had to go all the way around to a separate island to open the Wark's mouth.
How did you know that it opened the Wark's mouth when you pressed the button or whatever?
Okay, so in the original game, you could open you would come down here. This is back on the you would come down.
In this game, how'd you know?
Oh my god! Through exploration.
Yeah.
That's the only way I found this out. It was like literally through exploration. I got to that elevator on that other part of the island, and I thought to myself, that elevator looks kind of similar to the elevator that was in the Wark's mouth in the first game and in the original game. And then I went in the elevator, and I was like, wait a minute. So they put the entrance. They put the entrance to the Wark over on a totally different island. It's just, I don't understand why. It just seems like a lot of unnecessary traveling just to get inside a Wark's mouth. It's just so weird. Because like in the original game, you would come down here, there would be a button on top of here, very noticeable. You would press it, the Wark's mouth would open. You wouldn't have to take 2 maglevs to 2 separate islands, and then you know what I mean? It's way more work. The other thing is they removed a scene here where there's like when you exit after opening the Wark's mouth, you exit down here, and there's a little child that is standing at the top of these stairs. Live actor again, staring down at you, and she stares at you for a couple of seconds and then runs off screaming because she doesn't know who the hell you are. And for whatever reason, they took that entire scene out of this remake, and I don't know why. Like, I mean, it's not really. I guess it's not really necessary for anything. Yeah, it's not really necessary to the story. I just thought it was kind of funny because, like, you know, she doesn't know who the hell you are. You're a stranger just wandering around their island. You don't look anything like them.
Maybe her parents like remove consent or something.
But she would be CGI in this one, so it wouldn't even make any sense.
That's a good point.
These are watchtowers. They're actually we already went by one earlier in the game, and there was a guy inside of it that set off an alarm. So we're not going to get this happening again. But when you visit certain areas for the first time, and if the guards are in the tower and notice you, they have you can see it. You can barely see it, but there's a handle, a curved handle in the ceiling inside of that watchtower. They crank that. And at the top of the watchtower, there's those, it looks like almost like a radar in a sense. That's actually an alarm system. It spins around really fast, collects the wind, almost like a whistle, and it blows this really high-pitched alarm. And that tells all of the other people on this island to go in your homes. There's a strange person wandering around.
Interesting.
Curious about... Oh, there's an invisible wall on these. Okay. All right. This is a structure that Gen created, and it's really egotistical, and this shows how egotistical Gen is. It was for him to overlook his fan base.
That's pretty funny. I was just seeing a chip, so I didn't want to shoot your face.
What'd you say? You lagged out there.
Funny, but so that's pretty funny, but I was just I didn't want to shoot you. That's why I'm doing myself.
So I fucked that up. We have to go back up there because we have to... This is glitched out, by the way. That blue is not supposed to be there, and this is supposed to be overlooking the all the circular houses and stuff. This is all glitched out. Yeah, this is a glitch. This is not supposed to look like this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why the hell this looks like this, but It is what it is. Last night when I played it, you could see the entire town just clearly and stuff, so. We have encountered a random glitch. Alright. Now we're going to get to the puzzle that has perplexed me and has caused me to get no further into the main story of the game. So we'll head back down. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We're fucking this up. Hang on. We don't want to go there, actually. We want to go back here to get into the submarine. Because that's how we're going to get to that area we need to go to. So we want to flip this lever back down. I'm surprised that Elsa didn't join us tonight in the live stream. I think she would have really liked this because she had a blast with Bist. It seems she really enjoyed that. I think she would have really liked this one. Whoops! No, damn it! Stupid freaking joystick. And again, flipping the maglev over will get us to the submarine because there's actually a hidden door here, and this is something I had to find myself. So in the original game, the submarine was in a totally different area than it is in this. So in this, it's this secret door right here, which leads eventually to the submarine in dry dock. So we want to climb up these stairs and get this thing ready. You also have multiple personalities. I don't think we were asking. How you doing, Josh? Welcome. Stu's Game Reviews is here with me as I cause him to have temporary insanity playing a Riven Remake.
We didn't ask him, but we asked his other personality before, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. What? No.
If you want me to help with this, try to give me the share play so I can see it better.
We're not at the puzzle yet, but yes, I will do that. I will do that once we get to the puzzle. We got to get the submarine there first, my man. I don't even understand how this works so this is kind of weird to me. The submarine is in dry dock. It goes on this track, which is fine. This part, this is okay. But then it goes through this freaking portal and ends up in the water. I'm like, what?
Oh, I get it. We didn't get it. We forgot the title. We put that was like ages ago. Ages of Mist. You get it? Ha ha ha.
Oh! Ah! Yes.
We all live in a bronze submarine. Bronze submarine. Bronze submarine.
Stop making fun of my bronze submarine there, Stu. Alright. Let's go up. Do not question the logic of adventure game design. Why? As somebody who has voiced in adventure games on PlayStation, I'll have you know that I will question. Alright, this is not where I wanted to go. This is where we want to... This is a bad... Yes.
Don't listen to him anyway. He thinks Doom is an adventure game.
Who, me?
No, Joshua. He thinks like everything's an adventure game.
I don't think he thinks that Doom is an adventure game.
he thinks Pong is an adventure game.
Okay. I like how they added so much more detail underneath the water than in the original game.
He said I'm a liar.
I've never actually seen Joshua stream. Jimmy Kirk, that makes no sense. Just because you go to Mars doesn't make it an adventure game. Tetris is definitely an adventure game. All right, you both are insane.
Tetris depends on Tetris, I guess.
Yeah, like that terrible one you streamed the one night, Faces, or whatever the hell it was called.
God. That was so bad. Face-Tris.
Face-Tris. I wanted to kick the people in the Face-Tris who made that game.
That was so bad. It was so bad. It was like one of the worst games I ever played. Have you played that, Josh? Faces, Tris 3, it's called, actually. I played Tris, and I thought that was going to be horrible. It was actually pretty good.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, maybe the face was one to be good, too. And it's like, no.
Yeah, Face-Tris was a whole load of faceless shit. Okay, so in the original game, we could go up here and knock on this house. The house to knock on has actually changed. Now, there is a lot more fleshed out area here. So in the original Riven, this is as far as you could go. It was up here, and then you could go back down. You couldn't really walk around up here. But in the remake, there is a lot here. We can go all the way up here. I don't think there's anything over here. This is just kind of cuts off here. You can see people are drying fish. But what we're going to do is we go over here. You can see that there is a new structure right here that was never in the original Riven game. We're going to close this. And that'll be crucial later on. As you can see, that's also in the shape of a wark's mouth. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back the way we came, but we're going to go in a completely different direction. We're going to go now this way, behind this house. So in the original game, this was the house you would knock on 5 times, and an FMV video of a woman answering would appear. We're not doing that because that's not the right house. The house now has been moved to way the hell up here. Just want to lower this. Okay. So this is not where she's going to be. This is just leading back here. I just opening that shortcut. So we want to go up another ladder. And again, Stu, you were asking earlier why they added so much more into this. And again, from everything I've read, it's because they were trying to flesh out the environment a lot more. Because now that it's free roam. Again, if they went for the carbon copy original Riven in free roam, there wouldn't be as much to do, and it would just be like a space of there'd be like it'd be like an environment, but there'd be a lot of space in that environment. Nothing would. That's why they fleshed out the environment. That's why this was only like 4 or 5 houses in the original game. How do I like?
Josh, he hated Black Flag. He thought it was horrible.
don't speak for me. Black Flag is amazing, Josh. I am having a blast with it. It's so nostalgic.
You guys had this conversation last
It's
time.
so nostalgic for me. Well, it doesn't matter. It's so nostalgic for me. I mean, that was my first Assassin's Creed game I ever played. So there's the girl answering the and again, but they're all CGI now, so it kind of loses its appeal in my opinion. I kind of would have preferred if they kept them FMV. This up here is totally new. This is a whole new building that they added to the game. That you reach up, you go up here. You see this giant, almost like a beehive. Now I don't know what this is. I've never figured out what this is, but there's a device in here. I think it's like a fountain, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's a fountain. Oh, you have to pull this down. But yes, I'm loving Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like I said, it was the very first Assassin's Creed game I ever played, I think, or one of the first anyway. And so the original holds a very special place in my heart.
What happened? Can you drink the water? Why'd you turn it off? Why'd you go? Could you
no,
let it keep going?
You can't drink the water. No, as soon as you stop holding the button down, it stops pouring the water. Yeah, I don't know what it's for. I'm almost thinking that it's for decoration. But then again, it's overlooking the tree below us, so I don't know if. Hang on, let's look through our.
Water for a certain amount of time until something happens. Like, do it for longer.
Okay. Oh, I'm loving it, Joshua. It's so nostalgic, and if I can offer you some advice, Joshua, it's go into the options menu when you play the game, and turn on unlimited underwater breathing. Trust me, you're gonna want to do that because they put in. I don't.
Or you can follow
it. Not this way. I can't.
You can look over the edge.
No, we'll follow it. We'll just follow it another way. So turn on unlimited underwater breathing because they added so many treasure chests in the ocean in various locations in the remake, and you can just dive in the water, stay underwater as long as you want, and just look for these chests. And obviously, the underwater segments are amazing now in the remake because they added all these fish and everything, and the underwater portion of the game is just so fleshed out and very pretty. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. As a matter of fact, I found a chest underwater that had over $4,000, 4,000 coins in it the other night, and I was like, damn, that's a lot of coin.
I've seen chests that were worth more than $4,000.
We're talking about treasure chests too. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. No, it's really not. Anyway. So yeah, that is what I thought. It's leading to this tree. So it looks like we've added water. It looks like we've added. Well, no, it looks like we've added water to the tree because there was no water in the bottom.
There before?
I don't think so.
Where's the pipe? I don't see it.
Your ex's chest cost 4 times that? Okay.
Where's the pipe? I don't see the pipe. I see a rope.
That's a pipe, Stu. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm lagging, so it's hard for me to see what you're pointing at. Oh, okay. Now I see it.
Yeah,
you're right.
And you see how it's going straight up to the building we were just in.
Yeah. Weird.
This is what really bothers me. These statues are the bane of my existence. Because these are the new puzzle in the game. And I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. I can't figure it out. We're supposed to be turning these a specific way. Well, okay, so in the original Riven, do you remember that linking book room that I was telling you about, where you go into the dungeon area in this location, and you have to push down the gravestones for fish, beetle, frog, sunner, and wark. In this remake, it's randomly generated, that combination, and it's never the same, and it's not fish, beetle, frog, sunner, wark. You have to go to all of these bloody statues on the island, solve the puzzles with these statues, and then they tell you what the gravestones you have to push are. But they tell you specific, so you have to find every single statue in order. And that's the other thing. So, like, this is not the first statue. This is, like, the second or third statue.
How do you know?
The statue we found was way further in.
That doesn't seem like a good indication of where you found it.
You're wrong. What I'm complaining about is the fact that it's randomly generated, which means that if, say, it's not brainificate, and you need a walkthrough, well, you can't get a walkthrough for Riven because Riven's puzzles are all randomly generated in the remake. So you can't look up a walkthrough for Riven Remake. In the original game, you could, but in the remake, you can't because it's all randomly generated. All right, so we're gonna head over to that one area that I was telling you about. So we're kind of done up here. We're gonna go back into our submarine one more time. Once I get down the ladder.
I don't get it. YouTube is like lagging out for me also. I just ran a speed test on Google, and my download speed is 250 megabits. And my upload is 150 megabits approximately. So there's nothing wrong with my connection, but like I'm still getting lags on PlayStation, getting lags on YouTube. I don't understand it.
Maybe it's due to the Canadian wildfires. I mean, everybody's blaming us for everything. Everybody online is blaming Canada for the Canadian wildfires. So what's one more thing? Just blame your fucking internet on the Canadian wildfires and be done with it.
Why would they blame Canada for the Canadian wildfires? I mean, like,
oh my God! They make it sound like they make it sound like we're irritated with America, so we decided to set our forests on fire to cause the smoke to go to. That camera just aimed at me. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. You stopped talking, and I was like, why did you stop talking?
That camera is following me.
Oh, is it? So someone's watching. Oh, you're right. They're coming to get you, bro.
I never noticed that before. That's one of Gen's cameras that they added into this remake. That's crazy. But no, like, so anyway, going back to what I was saying, yeah, no, like literally Americans are thinking that we just got so irritated with what Trump is doing to Canada that we decided to light our forests on fire so that the smoke would go into America. I'm like, yeah, that's the plan. You found us out. We wanted to destroy our entire environment just to piss off Americans.
Do they know how the fire started?
No, I don't. I'm sure it's on the news or something. I think it's from El Nino, man. Like this crazy weather this year.
It's so hot.
Yeah. But it's not anywhere near me. But the smoke is definitely all over the place. But the fire is located in two locations, both in Canada, and it's Alberta and Vancouver, BC. Take care, Joshua. Thank you for tuning in. Have a fantastic night, my friend.
Have fun, Josh. What a loser that guy is. I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's awesome.
I'm just joking.
I think this guy Stu's Game Reviews, on the other hand, oh, what a fucking putz.
You sound like Papa on your laugh just now.
I sound like who?
You sound like Popeye just now on your laugh.
I can't even do the laugh. I can do the voice, but I can't do the laugh.
You're like, That's how I always laugh.
That's funny. Are you
awesome.
Are you streaming tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I just have to figure out what stream. Probably not an adventure. I did one last night.
Ah! God damn it! I was hoping that I would be able to voice something on your channel tonight.
Well,
okay.
Could. I'm not totally against it. We played last night two games. One of them was actually quite good, but well, I wouldn't say quite good. It was good, but short. The other was like completely bizarre and unhinged.
Does this remind you of the original game? Do you remember this?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So in the original game, you would pull a button here or pull a lever here, and a rope would come down, and you would hold on to the rope and be pulled up by your arms to the top here. And I guess they realized for the remake that is the stupidest design ever, so they changed it to an actual elevator.
That makes sense.
So now this elevator platform comes down instead of just a single rope with a handle on it.
Seems more logical, I agree.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't OSHA compliant.
That's funny. Here we go.
This doesn't look OSHA compliant either. You fall off and kill yourself.
Oh my god! No, it's okay. It's invisible walls. All right. This is a beautiful view of the area as well. I like this view. Very pretty. You see all the locations we were just at too. Because we were just up at that tower. It's so neat. I love, this is what I love about open world games and games like this in general. Just being able to visit a location and then going to another part of the map and then being able to see that location in the distance, be like, I was just there. Because in real life, obviously, that's not gonna amaze me because like I'm not insane. But in video games, it amazes me only technology wise. Do you know what I'm saying? And the fact that all these modern games, there's no loading screens anymore. Do you remember back in the day, like playing like the original Grand Theft Autos and stuff like that? Any new location you would go to on the map, there would be like a 5-minute loading screen. Well, maybe not 5 minutes, but there would be a loading screen. There's no loading screens because we have solid state drives. Do you have any idea what GTA 6 is going to be like with a solid state drive? Oh my God. Because they're putting in all of Florida and the surrounding area. That's going to look insane. And the fact that there's not going to be a single loading screen. Oh, I can't wait, man. I'm going to be streaming that when that comes out. Hey, Lewis, you're tuning in late. I am firing you. You are fired. How you doing, man? So
we
see.
Stream Grand Theft Auto 6 for like a year, just that one game.
Oh, probably could. Oh, we want to grab that from above. So does this bring back any memories? This part here?
Not really. This part doesn't yet.
Hi, Rage Stew Video Nerd. Stu, you gotta rage for him. Stu! You gotta rage for him now. He called you Rage Stew Video Nerd, so you gotta rage now. Otherwise, you're not fitting the role.
I'm only gonna rage if I'm angry. When I'm watching you play, it's hard to rage because I'm not actually doing anything. I'm trying to play it.
Let me think. What can we do? I can throw a pop can at your head. I don't know.
Yeah, go for that. Let's see if we can get you here. The knob and lever maker in this town must be raking in cash. That's funny.
Alright. So in the original game, you would lift this, and there would be a button underneath this grate that you would push for this to open. And for the longest time, when I first got this game, I was like, oh God, where is it? I'm like trying to lift this crate now. I'm like, oh, where? They must have moved it. I don't know where it is. And then I'm like so confused. I'm looking around everywhere. I can't find the button to open this. And I'm like, did they cut it out of the game? I don't understand. And then I remembered that I have this stupid fucking lens. And so I pulled up the lens, and wouldn't you know it, that they mark the button hidden there.
Oh.
Now, this part in the original game, there was enough light to see where you were going. There isn't in this. And so, again, this was another scene where I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed... I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm walking. What do I just walk into the darkness? No, you pull up the lens again. It highlights the trail.
Oh. Cool.
And so do you see what I'm saying? How much they changed this game?
Yeah, that's cool. Have you ever played Leisure Suit Larry Reloaded?
I own it, sir. Yes, I own it on tablet and on phone.
So you played it? Or you just own it?
No, I played it and beaten it. I also have it for PC, actually. Yeah.
I started playing it, then I realized the puzzles were all different, and then I like sort of put it aside because I didn't have time to like think about it at that point in time. I have to go back to it at some point and play it.
Did you ever play the new Leisure Suit Larry games? I plan to stream them on my channel. If I ever stream them, I should stream them soon. And if I do, would you like to come on mic for them? They're really raunchy compared to the old ones. They're a lot more raunchy. And they brought back Jan Rabson, the voice of Leisure Suit Larry, and he voices in them. Oh, yeah. They're fan-made remakes, retellings, I guess you could say. But they're really funny. So, do I have all the Leisure Suit Larry games, if you're asking me, Lewis. I am a huge Sierra fan, remember? I have them all, my friend. Once I get my capture card working, I plan to stream a bunch of Sierra games. So, okay, so I want to point something out. Do you remember how Gen said that he found these balls that when he smacked them, they would produce light? Remember that? Right. He was saying that. We found one of them in the lab that we hit, and it produced light. This is what he's using to make these light sources. Isn't that fucking cool?
So are you telling me that you want to smack Gen's balls?
That's exactly what I said. Yes, I'm glad you're paying attention. Anyway, so look, now this is how you turn on the light. You have to smash it against... See?
That's cool. Huh.
My earliest Sierra game was what? ABC? Did I read that right? That appeared on my screen for a split second.
No, he said BC's Quest for Tires. That's a great game. Have you ever played that?
That was a Sierra game?
It was published by Sierra, and I had it back in the day, like a bootleg copy of it. I didn't realize that Sierra published it, but they did. Actually, I have a copy of it right here within arm's length. That I'm looking at right now. It's such a fun action game that they published.
So this is the room I was talking.
I think Chuck Benton made the game. Chuck Benton is the guy who created Softport Adventure. That was the precursor to Leisure Suit Larry. So
yeah, I know it's yeah. Softport Adventure.
I'm playing that for the listeners.
They don't care. No, I'm just joking. This is the room I'm stuck in. Yeah. So in the original game, it was fish, beetle, frog, center, work. So there's the fish. The beetle would be right.
You have to do it in order, or it could be any order.
In the original game, you had to do it in order. Yeah, fish, beetle, frog, center, work. But that when I put that in, there's the beetle. When I put that in here, what happened with my capture card?
Could you shut up, please? Could you do this like not in, put the original code not in order and see what happens? I'm just curious.
Okay. Okay. Center report.
So
what if we tried in reverse order? We'll try that. Where is the work? There's the work. Shut up, please. Yeah. Fish, beetle, frog, sunner, work. Sunner. So we want sunner. Sunner. Fish, beetle, frog, frog.
While you're doing that, someone sent me an article that this woman in New Jersey, of this person in New Jersey, like a teenager or something, was wearing sweatpants that said Trump and ICE on it. So some other woman got angry and she went and slapped this teenager across the face. You listening?
I'm listening.
So then she got arrested, but it turns out that she was Canadian, the woman who slapped her, and they threw her into like immigration detention center or something. And I don't know what's gonna happen to her now. Like she lives in New Jersey, but she's Canadian. They found out she's Canadian, so they grabbed her. I mean, she slapped her. She slapped a teenager in the face, supposedly, but still, it sounds pretty extreme.
I mean, dude, do you not hear what Trump did with the 26-year-old father that they just executed? ICE executed a 26-year-old father.
What?
What? It's on the news. How did you not hear about this? It was like the talk of.
They killed him?
They shot him in the head.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah, go ahead. It's dude, it's nuts. And then Trump went out and said, "Oh, we got the wrong guy. I'm sorry, folks, we got the wrong guy. It wasn't him." Like, okay, is that the excuse you're running with? Like, I mean, you just murdered somebody. Like, it's insane. Like, he's a fucking.
Some guy. It says he tried to flee the scene and
he didn't.
They shot him.
No, he didn't.
That's what they claim.
That's what they claim. Yes.
Even if they try to flee the scene, that's not an excuse to shoot him, regardless.
Yeah. So he wasn't complying with them because he was like, I did nothing wrong, and so they're like, bang, dead. That's the problem. When Trump started with this whole ICE going after illegal immigrants and all this nonsense, he gave them carte blanche. He said to them, "Oh, do whatever it takes to get rid of them." And so in their mind, that's like, "Oh, that's awesome. We can go around killing people." It's nuts. I don't know. I'm so glad I live in Canada.
I'm just reading this. This is insane, honestly.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't hear about it. It was all over your news. I'm guessing a lot of Americans don't really pay attention to the news anymore because it's just so depressing. I don't blame you.
Well, there's two things about it. One, that's 100% the news is really depressing. But the other thing is it's so hard to know what's actually true news these days, which is so many bullshit.
Yeah.
Everyone lies and makes stuff up that's not even true.
Yeah.
And most of the time you see like on social media some kind of article or something, it ends up not being true.
Yeah.
So.
No, unfortunately, this is 100% true. And Trump's excuse for it was disgusting. Like, beyond disgusting. It's like, bro, really? That's your excuse?
What was the excuse?
From what I read on his True Social, he said that they accidentally shot the wrong guy. Anyway, they meant to shoot the other guy that was in the vehicle with him. Either way, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, why?
Sorry about that.
I don't know. We have a lot of fodder for our next live stream, that's for sure. But the next live stream, folks, I already got the thumbnail done for it, and it looks fucking fantastic. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And we'll be covering the digital war, how everything is going digital now in gaming.
I love Stu. He says, "Shut up, please." That's funny. So maybe it's time to start wrapping this up, and then we come back fresh and try to solve this puzzle next time.
Yeah. Let me just take the sub back so I can get the hell out of it. Actually, no.
It's soluble.
This is not where I wanted to take it. So, what was I going to say?
Beats me. Can't read your mind.
So I read that it's not the U.S. government, but it's some form of law in the U.S. that states that physical media has to be a thing or something. I don't know. I read this that somebody is suing Sony. One of those type of things is suing Sony. For the whole digital only thing that they're doing, and on top of all,
I don't know what that's a real thing, but
on top of all of that, a lot of companies are making fun of it, and it's really irritating Sony because like a lot of companies. So I read the other day a ad, and it was for generators, like for houses, and they said. We have decided, after being inspired by Sony, that all of our generators will be digital only from now on. You can now download our generators at our website. Yeah. And so a lot of companies are doing that.
Power.
Huh? Sorry?
Download our power.
Yeah. So a lot of companies are doing that. They're just ripping on Sony. And I mean, so look at it this way. Sony is being sued. Sony is being attacked by countless gamers around the world. And now Sony is being attacked by different companies around the world. Now keep in mind also that Naughty Dog, Insomniac Games, and Rockstar Games have all expressed anger at Sony over this new digital-only thing that they're going for. So they may lose a lot of companies that are exclusive to them. There is a lot that is going to go wrong with Sony if they don't change their mind on this. But we will discuss that in the podcast. I'm not going to discuss it now. But needless to say that... What the fuck? Did you not just see that?
No, it didn't happen.
What the hell is going on with this world compared to... You saw that too? Jimmy Kirk? That was insane.
What happened?
I heard a rumbling noise, and then this entire bridge started shaking like crazy, and then rocks started falling all around me. It was either a volcano or it was like an earthquake. I don't know. It's so weird. That was never in the original game. They've added like entire like random events and shit. And then a whale breached over here as well. Something breached over here after that happened. Came out of the water over there. That's insane. Oh my god. That's so fucking cool. I mean, even this. Like, look at this. The reflection of the water. It's pretty neat, huh?
It's awesome.
And then they also added fish in the water. You can see the fish swimming around. Well, kind of. You see them there, right?
I do.
But anyway, yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. We will be back soon with more of Riven at some point soon. I'm going to save our game so we have a save. But yes, I wish they added a jump button and a swim button. Well, swim you wouldn't want because all of these waters are infested with various little warks, and those things like to eat humans. So swim would be a bad idea. And given that Myst and Riven don't have deaths, they don't believe in that. They're mainly puzzle games. That wouldn't work. So, yeah, no. Swimming is out of the question in these games. Jumping, I agree. I know that, wasn't it like Myst, it was not the Myst remake that we just streamed, but it was the one before it. What Myst, you know the one I'm talking about, Stu, Myst Deluxe Edition or something like that? What was it called?
Masterpiece?
Masterpiece Edition. They had a jump in that one. You hit the space bar and you could jump. But it wasn't really needed. I don't understand why. At what point in Myst would you need to jump? I don't understand that. So it wasn't really needed. I understand what you're saying, Jimmy Kirk, and I get what you're thinking because like it's an open world game. Every time you see an open game like this where you have free roam, can run around everywhere, a lot of people's minds automatically go to first person shooter and, you know, I need to be able to jump on stuff or whatever. But in Myst and Riven, it just doesn't make sense because there would be no option. And if you added like the jump feature, then you'd have players trying to jump onto this rock or jump over the bridge or whatever. And it would defeat the whole purpose. So I understand why it's not added, but I agree that it feels foreign without being able to have a jump feature. You like exploring off the beaten path? Well, in Riven, if you explored off the beaten path, you'd encounter like bugs or end of the map because it's not fleshed out past certain barriers. So in an actual open world game, it makes sense, but in something like Riven, where it's still, even though it's more open, it still has a certain path you have to follow. It just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It would screw up the game, if anything. But yeah, I think my only major complaint that I have is in Myst the clouds moved in the sky. Do you see what's happening in Riven? The clouds don't move. They're like a static JPEG or something. That's my only major complaint, and I would have liked to have seen the sky move, make it a little bit more realistic in that regard. But that's it. Aside from that, that's my only complaint. Gameplay-wise, this game is really good. I don't like the randomly generated puzzles, but I do love the absolute nostalgia I feel playing it, and the graphics are so much better than Myst Remake. I mean, it's like night and day. This game is like almost like a photorealistic feel to it, whereas Myst Remake, when we streamed that on my channel, both Stu and I, it felt a little bit more cartoony to me. It felt very surreal and just, I don't know. It just didn't feel as good. And you even said earlier on that you found that the character models in this one are a lot better than the character models they used in Myst Remake.
I mean, they're 100 times better.
Yeah.
Forget it, not slightly better. They're like way better.
So both these games are the exact same price. So if you are going to grab them, any of you in the near future, they're not expensive. I think I paid $20 for them, and that was when they first came out. I didn't get them on sale or anything. They were pretty cheap, and I grabbed them both at the same time. I grabbed Myst and Riven Remake both at the same time because it's like $20 each. I'm like, well, why the hell wouldn't I? But I do recommend them, and I definitely thank Stu's Game Reviews for joining me in tonight's stream. I know he's been under a lot of shit lately, and I'm glad that you're here, man. And thank you for being a part of the stream. Also, thank you to Lewis for tuning in very late, and and forgetting that I streamed tonight. And thank you to Jimmy Kirk and Cool Louie for saying that there's a whole bunch of errors in the stream related to digital licenses. And thank you to Jimmy Kirk for being better than James T. Kirk. And And thank you to Peter Fiver for saying hello and then leaving. And thank you to Deadly Shadow for also saying hello and then leaving. And who else do we have here? Let's make sure we got everybody. And thank you to Adventure Game Hotspot, Joshua at Adventure Game Hotspot, for also saying hello and then leaving. Man, we got 3 hellos and then leavings. But nah, jokes aside, though, I appreciate you all being here. Except for Lewis, I hate you. No, I'm just joking. I'm just messing. No, jokes aside, though, I appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. Lewis says, I'm glad that Stu didn't go rage mode. Thank God. Well, don't worry, because he'll go rage mode on his channel tonight, I'm sure. He'll be there screaming at another shitty ass game. But if you want to see Stu's game reviews scream at a shitty ass game, check him out over on his YouTube channel, Stu's Game Reviews. That's STUS Game Reviews over on YouTube. Now, I got a question for you, actually. A lot of people are getting affiliated very quickly now on Twitch. Are you affiliated on Twitch?
No, I'm not.
Really? Why?
I barely get anybody watching my Twitch streams. Like, I get, like, usually, like, 1 or 2 or at most 3 people.
Interesting.
I always get way more people on YouTube. It's like, there's no critical mass. Like, there's barely anybody ever talks on Twitch. There's no, like, there's no community. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I still stream on Twitch, but just not many people watch.
Lewis says, by the way, are you thirsty? Do you have an energy drink for me? Why, yes, I do, Lewis. Thank you. I do have an energy drink for you. It's called Shut the Fuck. No.
Wow,
no.
You got a sponsor?
Yeah. It's called no. But I do have an energy drink for all of you. It's Dubby Energy Drink. Head on over to www.dubby.gg and save yourself 10% off your first purchase with the code The Gamers Grotto. That's The Gamers Grotto, all capitals, no spaces, at www.dubby.gg. I was doing a bit of research on their energy drinks last night, actually, and actually want to share something with you guys before we go, very quickly. I want to read this off to you. This is a really interesting email I got from the Dubby CEO. So when you partner with them, the CEO keeps in contact with you regularly, sends out emails to you and stuff like that. And he sent me an email that I thought was really cool. So let me pull this up here. Okay. There's an email framed on my wall, not a magazine feature, not our first dollar, an email from an industry expert sent back when Dubby was brand new. Dubby will not last. You cannot compete against $100 million companies. Sorry. That one word stung worse than everything before it. I want to tell you why I framed it instead of deleting it, but to do that, I have to take you back about 15 years. I'm 16 years old. At the time, the best part of my day is after the final bell, cracking open a green can of Monster with my friends. I loved energy drinks so much that I decided as a broke high schooler I was going to make my own. I even had the name picked out, Momentum Energy. I had zero money, zero experience, zero clue how any of this worked. What I did have was a sketchbook full of can designs and a list of manufacturers to call. So I called them. They hung up on me, every single one. My emails went unanswered. I was a kid asking adults to take me seriously, and not one of them did. So I quit. Momentum Energy died in a sketchbook, and I convinced myself it was a childish dream anyway. 15 years went by since then. I never stopped being that caffeine kid. Starbucks every single morning on the way to class or work with money I definitely did not have. Trying every new energy drink and matcha I could find. The dream sat on a shelf. The obsession never left. Then COVID lockdown hit, and like half the planet, I disappeared into video games. Escape from Tarkov, Warzone, hours and hours of Twitch, Fortnite, etc. Everywhere I looked, one brand kept showing up. G Fuel. Every streamer, every ad. Eventually, the marketing wore me down, and I ordered a tub. I was shocked and not in a good way. Here was the biggest energy brand in gaming, promoted by every titan of the industry, and it had Red 40 in it, maltodextrin, a proprietary blend, so you can't even see what you're actually drinking. And honestly, it didn't even taste good. I remember sitting there thinking, how is this the standard? And just like that, I was 16 again with the sketchbook open, only this time nobody could hang up on me. This time I was a hungry adult with nothing to lose and a very clear image. I call it Big Energy. That's how Dubby was born. Named after the thing my friends and I yelled every time we dropped into Warzone. Let's get this dub. I built it as the answer to everything that disappointed me. No Red 40, no maltodextrin, no sugar, no hiding behind proprietary blends. Then I went a step further and added coffee fruit extract patented as Neurofactor, an all-natural extract of the ripe coffee cherry that increases brain function by 143% for at least 120 minutes in clinical studies. Then I obsessed over taste, because pretty good doesn't make anyone switch energy drinks. I ran flavor trial after flavor trial until I couldn't find a single thing left to fix. I launched with one flavor, shipped it to my tiny apartment, and worked on Dubby every single day. It slowly sold out. Every dollar went straight back in to fund Flavor 2, then 3, and so on. No investors, no celebrity backing, no rich parents, not one paid shout-out. What we got instead? Strangers calling Dubby a G Fuel knockoff. Predictions we'd be dead within 6 months, and then that expert email, sorry. I framed it, because that was almost 5 years ago, and today Dubby has flavors I'm ridiculously proud of. IP collabs I daydreamed about as a kid, and a community I would go to war for. But I have to be straight with you about something. That expert wasn't wrong about the math. Brands like ours are not supposed to survive against $100 million companies. We don't have their ad budgets. There is no investor check coming to save us. There never was. There's exactly one reason the email on my wall has stayed wrong for 5 straight years. You, every single order, that's the entire machine. And that's basically it. He just tells you how he got started. So I looked him up. I found him on the Dubby CEO, the guy who sent this email to me. He's actually only 31 years old. Yeah, he's really young. He's really young, and his energy drinks are selling like crazy against big names. Like, he is like the number one energy drink. And it's because he's put health benefits into his energy drinks. His energy drinks don't have all the bullshit and stuff that all the other energy drinks have. He doesn't even put sugar in them. He's taken out all of the shit that's bad for you and put in all the stuff that's good for you, extra vitamins and stuff like that. And that's why his energy drinks work. And that's why I think that they're outselling other energy drink companies. So yeah, no, it's a really.
You gotta check some out and see if they're good. You gotta order some.
No, I plan to. Of course, I plan to. But I do recommend it if you guys need a boost of energy and you want a healthy boost of energy, not like the shit that the other shit that they sell. Check out Dubby, www.dubby.gg, and again, you can save 10% with my code, the Gamers Grotto, at checkout. I mean, you try it once. If it's not for you, you don't have to try it again. But I mean, the tub you get is fairly big, and it's a powder, so it's not like a canned energy drink. It's a powder, and you just add it to water. And the best part about a powder is you can add as much or as little as you want. So if you want a slight boost of energy, you add a little bit of powder, add water, done. You know what I mean? It's not like a can. You create the drink basically. So it's really worth it, in my opinion. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much to everybody being here. I apologize for rambling on about that, but I figured I'd share that email with you guys because I read it and I thought it was a really interesting story. And the fact that he's a gamer like us, you know, he started out not that long ago. He pitched his company during COVID lockdown. That's not even that long ago. That's a couple of years ago. So he's fairly new and he's already made a name for himself and doing quite well apparently. But again, he's using us, the YouTubers, to promote his content. He's not paying for ads. He's getting content creators to do the ads for him, and then he pays us. That's what he's doing. It's pretty cool. But anyway, Stu, what are you streaming on your channel tonight?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well,
That's
he'll
really
be
exciting, but
it does. Apparently, Stu is going to be streaming I'm Not Sure Yet on his channel tonight. Apparently, it's a new game, so check it out. But yes, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Huh?
You play Silent Hill games?
Have I played any Silent Hill games? Yes.
You ever hear of this game, Silent Hill: The Short Message?
Yes, I have it.
Is it any good?
Yes. It's a free Silent Hill game that was originally it was never meant to be free, but Sony ended up making it free. It's made in Unreal Engine 5. It's very pretty, but it's very disturbing. It's about suicide. I think I may have streamed it on my channel in the past. I'm not sure. I think I did, actually.
Games is making physical version of it, even though it's a free game. It's apparently relatively short, as I heard too. Is that true?
You're lagging a little bit there. What are you saying? So you heard that they're... I think I heard you say that they're making a physical version. I heard that as well. The game is rather short.
Jimmy Cook says, is it scary? Does it have moths?
Does it have moths? No. If it did, Stu wouldn't be able to stream it.
Listen, moths are scary. Why do you think Godzilla is one of the main enemies? Is Mothra?
Hang on, guys.
Killer Moth was a Batman villain.
Let me make Stu feel better here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Keep on talking.
What the hell? Killer Moth is a Batman villain, and Mothra is a Godzilla villain. So obviously, moths are very scary. Not just me.
Okay. I'm sorry, princess.
I wish I had like a freaking blowtorch, not blowtorch, a flamethrower right now in this game. That'd be awesome.
I don't think Stu and I would ever get along in person because I used to actually collect moths as a kid, and yeah, they don't bother me.
A lot of people collect stuff that animals I don't like and stuff like that.
No, I know. There's a lot of people that collect weird shit, like 10 million crappy Atari games.
Alright, I'm leaving now. I'm not wanted.
Alright, no, jokes aside though, thank you everybody, and I'm going to try to head over to Stu tonight and hopefully help him with a collab if he's able to do so. If not, then yeah, we'll do something very soon. I do want to do the podcast with him very soon, while that topic's still fresh in everybody's mind. Lewis, I'll send you the thumbnail to your Discord afterwards so you can take a look at it. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider liking and subscribing. I cover PS4, PS5, PC, and VR game. Soon to be PS1, PS2, PS3, Xbox, NES, and Super NES. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. We'll be back with a podcast very soon. And again, tune in to Stu's Game Reviews tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, possibly 10. And he'll be having something for you guys on his channel around that time. So check him out.
Probably it's already 10. It's already 20 to 10. It'll probably be more like 11.
Okay, so around 11. And check him out, guys. And yeah, enjoy. Take care and have a fantastic night. Thank you all once again for being here. And we'll see you soon at the Gamers Grotto.
Bye, everybody.
There we go. We have to jumpstart him sometimes, folks. I'm sorry. All right.
I was waiting for 1 second. Jeez.
Take care, guys. Have a good night. All right. 1 sec.